So why do you think now is the critical moment for this book to come out and provide this path forward?
Well, I think we're seeing people sometimes out of real desperation search for quick answers, and those quick answers are usually not solutions to this problem. So you look at a place like Oregon. Oregon was targeted by the drug legalization movement as a place to kind of experiment with the policies that they've been pushing for many years, and they put a ballot initiative down in 2020 that they sold as treatment over incarceration. And who would vote against that? We all want people to be get treatment that they need if they're addicted. And so that initiative passed, but the fine print was important to read because there actually wasn't any treatment given. There was barely any treatment given. It was really up to the individual to say, okay, I'm ready to look for treatment. And that's one of the big myths that this book is trying to sort of bust through, is that you always have to be sort of ready for treatment, or you always have to want treatment in order to get it. We actually know that there are ways to persuade people who don't want it to actually go get it, and they will get help. And in Oregon, what happened was they voted for this initiative, and drug use and addiction skyrocketed, crime went up, neighborhood disorder, and it actually, in a matter of 2 to 3 short years, it turned that entire state against what they had just voted for, and they actually went ahead and repealed that law in Oregon, which was, if you would have told people that a year before, they would have said, you're crazy, this is now the law of the land. But they repealed that law because it was driving overdoses up, it was driving crime up, it was one of the main drivers for public disorder. And again, it was centered around this idea that if we just let people that are addicted to drugs decide when they want to finish using, we'll be okay. The reality is, drugs are very pleasurable. They latch on to pleasure centers in the brain, and it's kind of not. If you think about that, actually, it's not so it's not so strange that people won't want to stop. It feels good. Why would you? And so we have to think about, as a society, how do we get people that actually feel like they're doing great when their life is crumbling around them? How do we get them to realize that they do need to get that help? So the book goes through how we can do that and the policies that surround that.